What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd. We're trying again here. Had a veto just then. Kimo's down to 0. And I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map. In the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Kimo. The map is Calm Shores. We'll talk about that shortly, but let's talk about the last game. Skady taking it. Skady taking game number 1 in 6 minutes, absolutely crushing the Ra of Kimo. And honestly, sometimes the jitters come in, but sometimes the map also creates its own problems, and that was definitely one of them. I would have liked to have seen Kimo react a little bit more to the map, but sometimes there's not a lot you can do. He unfortunately lost a villager to a rhino in the start of the game, and that probably put him completely on tilt. And then some nice play from Skady to just finish it off there. But now we've got game number 2. We've got Calm Shores. This is, again, another one of the new maps that have been introduced into the Voobly sort of maps that you can pick. It's not in the random set, so it's not a part of that. But it's a very, very unique map in the fact that it is a mirror map. And this is something that we are cautious about implementing into the standard play because, if the maps are mirrored, is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? We don't 100% know. We're gonna play around with it, but essentially what it means is that each map is 110% balanced. They have exactly the same resources, exactly as far away from each other as possible, and there is no possible imbalance that could occur in terms of resource fairness and location. The problems with it is you can scout half your map and know where all the resources on your opponent's map are. So you're never going to get things like sneaky gold mines being grabbed or anything else like that. And that is a nice part of the game, which I personally don't want to see go away. But also, I like the idea of balanced maps. So we'll see what happens here. We're seeing Kimo throw up this dock, but Skady's already grabbed the fish on this shore here. So let's check out what this looks like. Essentially, Calm Shores is sort of Mediterranean, but split down the center. Split down the center and then inverted. In a way, that's sort of what Calm Shores is. And you can see you get roughly 6 fish each on the sides, so 12 fish in total. So it's not a full fish map like anything like that, but it is still a pretty heavy fish map if you can get those extra fishing ships and things going. Now, we've got relics on the map. We've got the Oseberg wagon over here, and we also will probably be seeing the relic up here, the Shingles of Steel. So decent relics there. So we'll see what Kimo's going to pull here. I wouldn't be surprised to see something fast heroic from both players. The fast Dionysus from Skady is sort of a must. We do see the dock is up for Kimo. He's going to try and get some fish over here, which he does find. He's also going over on this side of the map as well, as Skady is coming to throw down another dock over here. He can potentially just get a military academy and push through this dock if he so chooses. We're trying to see a dock come up here for Skady as well, as the villager getting pulled off of it. Coming over here, are we seeing Athena? Athena is the god of choice for Skady. Kimo not advancing just yet, as the villagers are going to be walking back and forth over here as Skady's trying to make something happen. Kimo moving in with the villager. They're going to be starting to jab each other here. Slight advantage for Skady's villager for some reason. How did that happen? Skady must have hit twice already. We see another villager coming in. That's going to deny this dock. Nice play by Skady to bring that one in. But there is a fishing ship here, which should be able to get this dock up. We're going to see the Kadoskopos going to attempt to block the villager from coming back. Another villager is coming in for Kimo. Another 3 villagers coming in for Kimo as the villager fight might start. But then the Minotaur will come out, and it's going to be probably too little too late for this villager attack here from Kimo to really work, and he is going after the low HP villager. Nice micro from Skady, gets one villager kill there. Kimo going after another villager. The Minotaur is going to be walking in, and Kimo is going to have to retreat here as the Minotaur comes in. We don't see any more military buildings coming down. No Perseem Tar is on the way for Kimo. He's got a bunch of docks coming up on the bottom of the shore here. A bunch of docks coming up over here. We do see the trireme starting to come out for Skady. Will he be able to deny this dock? I don't think so. Looks like the fishing ships will be able to get this one up. Meanwhile, this dock coming up over here as well. The Kadoskopos almost spotting that one for Skady. And this dock does look like it will finish. The villager's going to be trying to take it down. But Kimo does get that one up. Does lose one fishing ship in the process, but he does have his docks up, and we'll see if he can hold on to all of this. See one house getting picked off. The Minotaur going to be attempting to take down the dock here. Villagers moving away, looking for something to do. The trireme chilling in the back, and there's the classical age for Kimo. He's actually shortened all of his fishing ships. He's going to be getting a second town center here. Kimo maybe just going to be ignoring the water as the villagers are tearing these docks down. Is he going to be doing anything over here? He is making some cabinets on the bottom side here. I love this for Kimo because Skady's got nothing on this side, even though there's no fishing ships here. And then if he can pick off those, get the town center up, get like a decent Shadoof timing. Does he have a monument up? He does have the monument up. He's got almost 9 favors. So it's a bit of a wild build here from Kimo, but obviously just reacting to what Skady's doing. Now the cabinet's coming out, going to be harassing these fishing ships. Skady microing very nicely so far. Now we see the trireme coming in, going to be hitting Kimo's fishing ship that's over here. And that fishing ship is actually going to go down. Kimo not paying attention to it. Will lose that one. The dock firing back onto Skady's boats here. And we see the villager Jason Minotaur cleaning up the entirety of the fish up here. The houses are up for Skady. Is he going to the next age yet? No, he doesn't have quite the resources. No military academies yet. No second Minotaur. This dock will get torn down as well. We see the cabinets getting pushed back over here as well. There's the town center up. Kimo very short on food. He's got 10 villagers here. He's got the goats, and he is simply just trying to get out the upgrades he needs. Does he have Shadoof yet? He doesn't have Shadoof. This villager on the wrong side here. Looks like he's still pumping out cabinets here just to make sure he can continue to keep Skady involved. But the problem for Kimo is, like, how does he afford villager production here? He's got 10 villagers on berries, which is technically enough to keep the villager production, but I'm not 100% convinced. He's also got some fishing ships gathering. The cabinets are going to be fighting each other over here as Kimo is continuing this fight. We just see a fishing ship is picked off. Kimo moving forward, going to try and snipe some of Skady's fishing ships over here. He's doing a nice job of that. Really nice job, in fact. I don't think Skady's got Perseem yet either. Let's check that one out. He does have Perseem. We do see a trireme getting sniped here. And Skady does have a restoration if he wants to use a nice micro from Kimo to pick off that low HP trireme. Skady going to attempt to micro this. Nice focus firing here from Kimo. Not overreacting to any of the pullback microing from Skady. Actually doing this very, very nicely here every single time one runs. And there's the restoration. Kimo going to be retreating away and pulls them back beautifully to get away from those trireme. He can sit underneath these docks now and chill and feel very, very good. This dock almost coming back up for Kimo, but has been spotted by Skady. Will get denied for the time being. Do we have those upgrades yet for Kimo? We do not. The villagers are still pumping out, still holding this fishing spot over here. He's only got one fishing ship in this dock, so there's 3 docks. Not really paying for themselves here. Nice micro from Skady yet again, pulling back every single one of these trireme as the fight is happening here. These fishing ships for Kimo need to jump back into their docks and see and help out with the extra damage, but Kimo's not doing that one yet. Still beautiful micro from Skady, maybe even too good as Kimo is being pulled out here. Is he stopping production? Yes, he is basically stopping the production now on this side of the water, and we're going to start seeing him transition into farms. He'll have to. The gold situation here for these players, there is no real gold at the top side of the map. Kimo is going to have to fight for this gold mine. We're starting to see Skady build his military academies. He's got to be realizing that he's potentially got an opportunity for a gold staff here. The wall's coming up over here as well for Skady to cut Kimo off. Kimo's already moving for this gold mine, though. We'll see if Skady's going to see this one or not. The walls will probably spot this mining camp here if the villager moves forward to get that one. We'll see the Jason move forward with the hoplites to take this down. It looks like Skady's aware he doesn't want to overbuild trireme here. And still no farms up yet for Kimo. He does have Shadoof, no plow. He's got a little bit of gold in the bank. And he is spotted over here. We see the Pharaoh getting pulled off the line here. Again, without the upgrade, this Pharaoh really doesn't do all too much damage to the villagers. But he will do a lot of damage to the hoplites. So going to turn around with the villagers. The hoplites getting pulled back. Only one military building up so far. Skady is getting a second town center though, so that's going to help a ton. We do see that the cabinets are coming out of this location. Going to be getting a lot of kills on the trireme. This is going to hurt Skady quite a bit. We'll see if this is what Kimo wants to do. He's running away from the trireme, possibly over here. We see a shifting sands pulling the Jason, the hoplites into this location here as Kimo knows he needs to sort of hold on to this one. The Pharaoh does fall as well as Skady is pushing in, taking down the villagers here. We see the barracks coming up, and that's going to be, well, he basically needs to make axemen here at this point, and Sling is probably not going to cut it as he's trying to pump them out. Still no farms up for Kimo as he realizes he kind of needs to secure this location. I would love to see a tower get thrown up or something here. The villagers moving forward to try and force Skady away, as he's going to go after these military academies as a last-ditch effort here. Does he have Skin of the Rhino? He does have Skin of the Rhino, so these villagers are going to be very, very useful at this stage of the game to pick off these military buildings. More of Kimo's units coming forward. He realizes how important this fight is. We see Skady moving forward with his own villagers to come into the fray. Lots of idle villagers here for Kimo. Need to keep fighting if he wants to continue this aggression here, and no restoration or anything for Skady. So the villagers are fighting each other. We'll see if Kimo is going to retreat here or not. He's going to continue going. Skin of the Rhino going to maybe carry him through the early stages of this fight, but the villagers here for Skady going to be doing a lot of damage. There seems to be enough units here for Kimo to take this win here in this location, but lots of villagers are falling. Kimo does have the villager advantage here because he had the earlier town center, so throwing away these villagers is not going to be the end of the world. So really smart play by Kimo at this stage, and he's actually managing to hold, bringing more villagers in to take down these units. The Toxotes are out. The Slingers need to start targeting down these Toxotes. The Minotaur does go down. The Slingers hitting everything here, and Kimo is in a decent position. Still no farms out. He needs to get some farms out and cast rain, get those villagers continuing again, and Skady is in a little bit of a problem here. 100 population for Skady, 90 population for Kimo-ish. A pretty even situation to be in. Kimo with a lot of gold in the bank. Moving forward, going to be grabbing these berry bushes. I'm surprised to see Kimo not build farms. Kimo's not building farms. He's pushing forward with the Slingers, trying to get some more villager kills, doing some really good damage, trying to get access to this gold mine. We see another Minotaur coming in here. There is the Pharaoh here that can come over and pick this one off. There's a couple of priests here as well. The Slingers getting dragged in by those villagers. Kimo just needs to micro a little bit here. He can take down all those Slingers, all those Toxotes, but he's not opting to do that one. He's going to be pulling back right now. We do see a watchtower now coming out for Kimo. The Pharaoh coming forward, sees the Minotaur, the villager pulling back. We're not seeing any real micro from these Slingers. He needs to be targeting down the Toxotes with those Slingers, but he's not doing it just yet. There's the Pharaoh coming, going to start inflicting pain on the Minotaur, and now Skady has finally got some units out. He's able to push Kimo back. And Kimo's actually cut villagers at this point from his town center, as he knows he basically needs to stay alive here and keep pumping all the units out. Very, very interesting decision here. The tower almost up for Kimo, but the villagers coming in for Skady to tear this one down instantly. We're seeing the Minotaur still alive. All the heroes have been killed here for Kimo. So the Minotaur is going to do tons of damage as well. And the tower gets denied. The villagers falling. Kimo dropping to 44 villagers. Skady at 59 villagers. The Slingers pulling back, and Skady going to push in an attempt to take down this gold mine here, but not able to do so just yet. We see the storehouse getting built by Skady as he wants to keep his villagers in close proximity here. The Slingers attempting to hold on, and Kimo's now starting to build some more villages here as it's essentially just pure Slinger here, able to snipe a lot of those Toxotes. And this game is not over yet, but Skady does have a small advantage here. Now we're going to see Kimo attempts to throw up yet again another tower as he's just refusing to build farms. Now he's going to start throwing up those farms. We'll see if that's going to help. He's going to be able to use the rain and help him out. He's getting out, I see Skady getting out medium cavalry now to try and push past these Slingers. The villagers coming in, going to get this tower up as he needs to hold on to. He's got 3,000 gold left in that gold mine. He could be up here sneaking this gold mine as well. We do see this dock getting cleaned up as Skady's population is sort of invested in water at this point. You see yet again another priest falling as the Slingers pulling back. The tower almost up. This is going to help out a lot if Kimo's got crenellations, but without crenellations, it's still going to help out a little bit, especially if the Pharaoh decides to empower and get some extra arrows shooting at this point. But Kimo still alive here. He's got the villagers starting to produce. He can start to think about casting rain. I don't see an armory for him, which is very, very necessary. And the Slingers come over here, going to push forward. Toxotes still doing a lot of damage. This tower is up, but it's targeting the storehouse. Kimo needs to fix that one up. We do see a Wadjet coming out for Kimo. Very, very important unit here to help defend as we're starting to see these units getting spammed. No units really getting spammed for Kimo. Need to see that rain coming through to give that extra food income, but it's looking as if at this point Kimo can hold. He can hold at this point. So we'll see if he's going to be able to inflict any damage. We're going to see the villagers move forward in an attempt to get this town center up. It looks like a lot of villagers coming in. Another Wadjet coming in. The villagers getting sniped by the Toxotes. The villagers coming over here to try and take down this tower, but the villagers getting pulled off the town center. Going to be trading their lives over here. We see the Rain God power getting cast. That's going to allow Kimo to start potentially building some spearmen and some axemen as well. More Wadjets coming in. The Slingers doing a lot of damage here. We'll see if Kimo can hold this position or not. We're seeing more military buildings coming down for Skady. Kimo does have the resources to get this town center up, and he will be attempting to. The Pharaoh going to be a big help with those Slingers as well, but the Pharaoh losing his way there as the Toxotes is going to target it down. He's at 3 HP, and he's going to return back and attempt to empower this one up, but the Toxotes will be able to snipe that with one hit, and there goes the Pharaoh for another time. More Minotaur coming in. Kimo not going to be able to get this town center up just yet. Maybe an extra couple of towers instead might be an option here. We're seeing some axemen coming out. We are seeing some axemen coming out. The Wadjet in the back going to be able to take out these Minotaur if he can. We do see the Odysseus able to snipe one Wadjet here. The villagers moving forward, going to try and help Kimo push in, but Skady is continuously coming in. Kimo starting to look like he's in a decent position, but he's just not able to hold. Well, he is holding, but the villager count is severely in the favor of Skady at this point. A lot of the fishing ships have been killed, though, for Skady as well. It looks like maybe Kimo got some damage done somewhere on the water while this is all going on. But Skady has broken through that tower. Kimo getting pushed back. The Axemen getting cleaned by those Hippocon nicely. More Wadjets coming out. The Slinger's going to attempt to take down the Odysseus. Nice micro from Kimo. And he is doing very good damage here. Yet again, the Odysseus kind of sneaking in. The Wadjet getting pulled back. Beautiful micro yet again from Kimo as he is able to hold on still holding on as Skady is pushed back. But Skady is now 3 town centers. He's got good villages here, almost 80 villages. He is going to have to start building the farm. We see Skady going to be deleting his Odysseus here in favor of rebuilding him out of one of these town centers here. It does come, and yet again, Kimo going to want to move forward. He is scouting around on this location. I don't think he knows about this gold mine up on this side of the map. He's going to be searching for it. I don't see an armory still up yet for Kimo as he's now thinking about building some spearmen and pushing forward forward, pushing Skady off of this gold mine here. The Wadget's doing tons of damage in the back. The Spearmen need to get into this fight and help out, as Skady is just concentrating all his efforts here. No heroes. These Wadget going to do tons of damage. Skady throwing any sort of advantage he had, but the town center is not going to be able to get grabbed by Kimo. We do see the Pharaoh coming into the fight. Yet again, the Odysseus is back full HP because he was deleted and rebuilt. Kimo does spot this gold mine. He's going to start grabbing the gold from there. We're going to see another attempted tower coming up for Kimo. I still don't think that he's got his Crenellation Jet Husbandry finally coming in for Skady to help out those farms that he's built. And the Pharaoh getting pulled in yet again. We're seeing Skady very, very low on the population. Same with Kimo. This Pharaoh going to get sniped yet again. Kimo cannot keep his Pharaoh alive in this game. More Axemen coming out. What a game we're having here. Villagers moving forward yet again for Skady. Kimo moving forward his own villagers in order to try and get this tower up. These villagers going to move up possibly to this gold mine to try and mine it. We're seeing Kimo move forward with these villagers yet again. It's 64 villagers to 79 as Kimo kind of realizes he's maybe got too many villagers on 2 town centers. He can kind of sacrifice a couple more to get more units out. The tower is up now for Kimo, and we'll see what Skady's going to do. He's really struggling for resources. How are the economic upgrades looking for Skady? No plow, no pickaxe. He's got hand axe, he's got husbandry. His farms are kaput basically. And honestly, this is all going to be very difficult. We're seeing the villagers try and take up this town center yet again with the help of this watchtower, but it's just not going to happen. If Kimo just spends 400 gold here on towers, maybe it'll be a little bit different. We're seeing the villagers push in yet again from Skady as he wants to take this tower down. Skady does not care in the slightest here. The villagers do a lot better than you'd think here because there's counter units for Kimo with the Axemen and the Slingers. Just don't deal with the villagers well at all, but the Skin of the Rhino villagers from Kimo, much better. But now we've got more Minotaurs coming in. We've got the Odysseus in the back. The tower gets taken down yet again. Another tower coming up. The villagers trying to take out each other. Kimo's still pumping units from all of these barracks. He needs some priest or something to deal with this. He is building those priests slowly, and we see the Pharaoh coming in. We'll see if that's going to get used. This Minotaur just having a little bit of a seizure there, not really sure what it's doing. We see the Pharaoh gets microed nicely. The Toxotes immediately targeting down the Pharaoh. Nice micro from Kimo, but doesn't pull it back far enough. He does pull it back far enough just there. Now the priest and the Pharaoh in the back going to do some damage. The Toxotes do find that target there, but the Minotaur does go down. The villagers trying to hold on here. It's 140 population for Skady as he has managed to push through all Toxotes here. The villagers getting picked off, and it's looking as if Kimo cannot hold this location. Not enough production, not enough spending of all his resources. He's got about 1,000 resources in the bank, and Skady does manage to make a push through here. He may be able to grab this town center very shortly here and get 4 town centers to 2 town center advantage. So we'll see, will Skady be able to come up and get this, see this gold mine? He does spot it with a Minotaur, so that's going to push off that gold mine as well. And Kimo is going to be short gold here. He's only got 64 left in the bank, making some spearmen, making some slingers. We'll see if he can pop out and make another push. He's still at 51 villagers here. These villagers chasing down the Minotaur. The Minotaur, very strong unit, and nice micro to pull the Minotaur into town center range. The villagers getting pulled back again as Skady is trying to defend here. Sorry, as Kimo is trying to defend, the village is going to be bringing back onto this gold. He sends everything over here. He's got 126 gold left in this gold mine. This is the gold mine he needs to defend over here. This one is not going to matter at all as the Minotaur coming back in to just pressure Kimo and into submission here as Kimo does tap out in the 23rd minute of this game. What an insane game going on here with the villager fights. Absolutely crazy. I can't even understand the villagers moving forward, trying to do everything to each other, and Kimo just not able to hold on. I think instead of going for the town center, had he thrown up some like more towers instead of 400 gold going into the town center, just 2 more towers on this location, he probably holds against the villager pushing in, especially if the priests empowered the towers as well. But he didn't go for it. He wanted the town center, too greedy. And in the end here, Skady does take the game. He's going up 2 wins to 0 here on set point, 1 win away from being crowned champion season number 2. If you guys enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next